Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. We're here with the miserable liberal, Ron Placone.
Hi, Jimmy.
Yay, look at
This mug's left-handed.
Ha ha. That's right, because we're lefties.
That's right.
We're lefties here. So you get a mug for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. Christmas or whatever the other ones are.
Really
What are the
catches
other
you
ones?
off
I grew up
guard.
Catholic. I don't know anything. What are they? What are the other ones?
Hanukkah.
Sure.
Kwanzaa,
sure.
A lot of holidays. Yeah. Solstice. Winter solstice.
Winter solstice.
Why not?
Whatever you happen to.
It's quite a pull.
So you can look down there, hit the link, get a mug or a T-shirt for Christmas or whatever you celebrate. Thanks for supporting the show. So I'm going to go take you to a Twitter feed. This was hilarious. So what we've been saying is that the quote-unquote lefty media, and most of the media who claims to be the resistance or whatever, they're actually helping Trump. So the more MSNBC talks about Russia, it actually helps Trump. We've told you this before. What the way you hurt Trump is you talk about what? You talk about his policies. You talk about how he's screwing people over, and then you have your own policy that you offer in exchange. Like, oh, look, he has this horrible healthcare plan. Here's ours, single payer. Oh, 60% of the country agrees with it. Like, but they don't do that. That's the problem right now. The Democrats aren't presenting their own. Here's what we say we should do with health. Here's what we should do with taxes. They should have their own tax plan. Here's our taxes. It actually gives money to middle and poor people, middle class people. Why don't they do that? Here's our proposed Pentagon budget. They don't do any of that stuff. So there was a gentleman I follow on Twitter. He was watching Chris Hayes' show last Friday when they were getting ready to pass the tax bill. So remember on Friday, they passed the tax bill, or early in the morning on Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. And it's horrible. We all, you don't need me to explain it to you, but I'll just say this. It's a massive transfer of wealth from the bottom to the top, which has been going on since roughly 1980, coincidentally, when they decided to do trickle-down economics, which is actually trickle-up economics, right? And so on Friday, they're doing this, and I'm watching my friend. I saw this on my friend. I follow this guy, Eoin. I don't even know how to say that. Do you know how to say that?
Jinglins?
Jinglins? Okay, there you go.
Ian Jinglins?
So he was watching the Chris Hayes show last Friday, hoping to hear something about the tax bill. He says, hey, Chris Hayes, do you think that maybe the tax bill, which is an immediate piece of news that affects real people, might be worth covering at the top of the show instead of 11 minutes and counting of speculation about General Flynn? Because that also happened last Friday, where General Flynn copped a plea deal. He pled guilty to lying to the FBI. It's a very low offense, and the speculation is because he's going to turn. So that's all hey, that's fine. You can cover that story. You're supposed to cover that story.
Mm-hmm. It just doesn't need to be about 15 headlines to one.
You cover that story. Maybe you tease it at the top, and then you explain it very quickly at the end, and because nothing's really happened yet. The hammer hasn't dropped yet. Michael Flynn hasn't given what he's going to give yet. You know what I mean? We don't know what. So when that comes out, that's the story. Anyway, I'm not saying don't cover that. We're all saying cover that story, but you don't cover it at the exclusion of stuff like this that's actually happening, that actually is going to affect people's lives right now. So he's watching and he's at 11 minutes in. So, and then he goes, they just added a 479-page amendment that nobody has read and will vote on in minutes. But no, let's talk to Ted Lieu about impeachment, which is something that will definitely happen. Next, Trump and the Russians. Talk about the fucking tax legislation, for F's sake, Chris Hayes. We already know it's going to be an hour of monologuing on Russia after you're done. He's meaning the Rachel Maddow show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you watch the Rachel Maddow show and you take a shot of vodka every time she says Russia, you'll be dead in 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure.
So now he goes, 22 minutes and counting. Disgusting. And the guy underneath says, it's heinous. So then he goes, he tweets out a screenshot. Trump and the Russians still doing it. And it says breaking news. It says breaking news. Michael Flynn cooperating with special counsel's investigation. And he goes, it's not breaking. That's what it says down there. It's not breaking. So then the guy underneath him, so then he comes back, the guy underneath him does a screenshot. He goes, meanwhile, over at Fox, they're actually covering the tax bill at Fox.
Oh, my gosh. We're seeing the day where Fox News is actually, like, I mean...
reasonable.
Yeah, comparatively speaking.
Comparatively
that's how
speaking.
low the bar is on the floor and then beneath the floor at this point.
So, yes, you're right. So he tweets out that picture of Fox News actually covering it, and he tweets back, the other guy tweets out a picture of MSNBC, still talking about Russia. Let's see how long it actually took. 45 minutes in, they mentioned it. Finally. Awful. The guy says it's an embarrassment, and he finishes by saying they want him to be like Maddow. So there you go. There you go. That's Chris Hayes covering it. And let's remember, this is Senator Murphy. And what does he have to say? He's a Democrat. What does he have to say?
And I think Robert Costa is right. The fact that we have spent so much time talking about Russia has been a distraction from what should be the clear contrast between Democrats and the Trump agenda, which is on economics. When I'm back in Connecticut, I often get on a commuter bus and ride it for just an hour to talk to folks, that frankly don't normally call my office or write my office. And I'll just say they are never talking about issues like Russia. They are not talking, frankly, about what's on cable news at night. They are talking about the same things: wages. They're talking about education. They're talking about public safety.
So we've been making the same point here. So when he says it, everybody says that's Sade. He's smart. But when we say it, people go, why are you defending Trump? Why are you defending Trump? We're not defending. I'm saying exactly what he's saying. I'm saying that is a bad tactic to oppose Trump.
Yeah, the ironic thing is that the things that actually do hurt Trump, i.e. talking about policies, i.e. saying all the ways he's let people down and not followed through on anything he has guaranteed on, we've done all that. This show has done all those things.
Yes.
We've done all of them. We talked about how he, drained the swamp, found his cabinet.
Found his cabinet
We talked
at
about
the
how he's
bottom.
appointing insiders. We talked about he's not the non-interventionist he said he was going to be. We
talked about how he's made people's lives worse, and now you
Yeah.
have to admit that you're a chump if you voted for him. We've said that. Now you have to admit you're a chump if you voted for Trump. I admitted I was a chump for voting for Barack Obama. He turned into be Mitt Romney. Going so far as to institute his health care plan for him. That's what he did. Hey, I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to institute your health care plan. Don't worry about it. Oh, I already did it. Don't worry about it.
He's a moderate Republican by his own admission.
By his own admission,
He's-
Barack
yeah,
Obama
he's
is a moderate
proud of that.
Republican. By his own admission. That's not us making it up. So, and I showed this on another video, but I'm going to just drive the point home. Here's MSNBC's from Friday. Here's their lineup of stories. I know we covered this in another, but this goes together, so we'll cover it again. New Mueller document. Flynn did not act alone. Why did Trump ignore warnings about Flynn? Flynn had conversations with Russia about reversing sanctions. Watch the explosive video that shows how Flynn flipped. What does Flynn's guilty plea mean for Trump? Schmidt, impossible to overtake what a big deal Flynn plea is. Impossible to overstate what a big deal. Because of Flynn membership, this is clearly not the last shoe. Hayes, this adds up to a picture of obstruction. Senate Republicans set to pass tax bill after the delay. Oh, my God. One of those things are not like the other. Somebody didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to do a news story without the word Flynn in it.
It's got to be in the headline.
So that guy's going to get in trouble. He's covering the actual tax policy.
Yeah, it's...
So I just want to. So that's what's going on. That's what we're saying here at the show. That's the point we're making. That of course the Democrats are doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. And why do you think they're talking more about Russia than actual policy? Because they're closer to the Republicans on policy than they want you to believe. That's why. And that's why, just like Senator Murphy said, we need to have a clear distinction between them and us on economics. And they don't. Let's remember, after that tax bill, Bernie Sanders knows that they're what are they coming for? They're coming for Social Security and Medicare. That's what they're going to do. So they balloon the deficit with this tax cut. Then they go, we got to cut the deficit. How do you do that? Oh, we got to cut Social Security and Medicare. So Bernie Sanders introduced a bill that would say you can't cut it without 2/3 votes. Guess who screwed it over? The Democrats. Dick Durbin, Mark Warner. Dick Durbin, the number 2 Senate Democrat. They screwed that over. That's why they're talking about Russia. That's why. Because their policies are closer to Trump's than they want you to believe. They're closer to the Republicans than they want you to believe. That's why. Am I wrong about this?
No, you're right on target.
No, and Trump's policies are just by the book Republican policies.
Yes.
And the Democrats don't have much different to offer. Republicans don't have anything different to offer. That's why when you're trying to make it out like Trump is some lone shark that just disrupted this hunky-dory system, not only are A, you wrong, and you must have just woken up a year ago, but B, it's harmful to getting to the real problem, what led to this demagogue, which is the money party.
Yes.
And yes, not only is it the money party, but somehow they've made everybody believe like they care about a balanced budget. And they don't.
Right.
They don't. They care about that budget being balanced on the backs of the hardworking
That's right.
people.
That is, you're 100% right. They don't care about any of that stuff. So, well, they just revealed that they don't care. That was all just talk. And when they cried about Barack Obama being a dictator and he does whatever he does by fiat, they're doing the same thing. He's passing the bill in the dead of night. They're doing exactly everything they claim Barack Obama did. They're doing. So that just shows that they didn't really give a shit, and it was all political posturing. Because they have no ideas. That's the Republicans are being revealed to have no ideas. They have no healthcare ideas. Their tax ideas is going to screw over everybody in the country. This is supposed to make them lose the next election. But as we've already said, the problem is the Democrats don't have anything to offer you either.
That's right.
That's the problem. And now we're going to do another story about what's happening in Atlanta right now. Staunch Democrats aren't going to vote for the Democrat for mayor. They're going to vote literally for a conservative now because the Democrats have been screwing the people over for so long. Isn't that in Atlanta? Okay, we're going to cover that. So there you go. Nice job, MSNBC. Nice job, Chris Hayes. They are the problem. That's how we got Trump. And Chris Hayes will go from not covering the tax bill to showing Trump's empty podium next election cycle, like he did this last time. To wagging his finger at activists and actresses. That's so. Again, if you need someone to blame, there's people with money and power to blame. People over at MSNBC, I blame them. How about that? Let's start there. Please make sure you click subscribe because we get an email every day. Somebody saying that they got unsubscribed from our show and they didn't do that. So you have to subscribe, click the bell, which means you'll get a notification when we drop a video. So you know they're trying to wipe out independent news. So thank you for your support. Thanks for making sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are, check and make sure. And if you can become a Patreon or whatever, we get lots of extra content every week we give to our patrons. So thank you very much for your support.